Hello, everybody. Very nice to see you all. Welcome to our virtual open house. I know we're going to have a few more trickling in, but we'll get started so that we can keep everyone on time. We do have all of our staff with us today on the call, and Elena and I are going to be leading you through the majority of the open house today. However, all of our wonderful staff are here to answer any questions that you have, any thoughts, or if you want to give someone a virtual high five. We're all here to talk to you, which is great. So for those of you that I have never had the chance of meeting before, my name is Rose Terry, and I'm the marketing manager and a senior innovation specialist here at the Innovation Cluster. And I'm excited to take you through our virtual tour today. Normally we do this in person in the incubator, but obviously we are closed right now. So we thought this would be a fantastic way to show you guys what we have to offer. Hoping that I can click through this. There we go. Okay, so the primary thing that, or the primary reason that we exist is that we understand that starting a business is difficult, especially for startups. And we have been changing entrepreneurs' lives for over a decade, which is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know that about this organization. We've been around for over a decade, which is very amazing. And we've worked with hundreds upon hundreds of startups. And if you are a startup that is interested in working with the Innovation Cluster, one thing that's really cool and unique about our incubator is that we are built to meet you wherever you are on your path. So regardless of where you're starting, right, whether you're in the startup phase of your business or if you're moving to a scale up, we can meet you wherever you are within your business. And because we are a not-for-profit organization, we offer our program completely complimentary with no equity stake in your company, which also makes us unique as an incubator. So from the initial business plan to taking your company worldwide, we work directly with you, and we basically become the sidekick on your journey. So the Innovation Cluster creates a pathway for specifically innovation and technology startups. That is kind of where our sweet spot is to prosper through our 6-month incubation program. And essentially, if you were to apply to become a client of the Innovation Cluster, what the 6-month incubation program would give you access to is things like mentors, experts, virtual workshops, of course, an ecosystem of tons of like-minded founders, as well as their staff and employees, and the angel investor network, and much, much more. And a cool thing about incubation programs and why it's essential for businesses to get involved in incubation programs is that statistics have shown that it's actually proven to increase your chances of success by up to 50%. We included some feedback from our clients that we actually just recently received from them since COVID hit, because as you can tell, I'm in the office here right now, but if you can see on your screen some of our staff, they are working from home, and our incubators are currently closed. However, we pivoted very quickly to adapt to meet the needs of our clients so that we could service them virtually still. And as you can see, we have Jess from Pilates On Demand. She says, I've got support and advice on how to guide my business right now. They're helping me stay focused and keeping me making the right decisions. Joanne from Mama Soup app said, they're helping us to make informed decisions, and I feel still I am a part of a collaborative team. And last but not least, John from Big Click Inc. said, just wanted to let you know the Innovation Cluster is doing such a great job of dissemination of information, true leaders so far ahead of the other incubation centers, and we are part of 3 in Ontario. So great feedback from our clients from moving to our virtual incubation program. And these are wonderful startup superheroes. We have the wonderful Mike Skinner, who is the CEO. He also is one of our advisors for clients. We have John Gillis, who is our president and another amazing advisor for our clients. myself, I already introduced myself. We have Alana Dahl. She coordinates all of our operations and events. She's the manager there. And then Rachel Stark, who is our communications coordinator. And essentially when she's working with clients, she's helping them with press releases and things like that, which is pretty exciting. And we'll get into that a little bit deeper as we go through the presentation. This is our board of directors. We are so lucky to have a stacked board of directors here. And our board consists of leading experts in their field. So we have entrepreneurs, lawyers, finance, clean technology, education, and more. And what's cool about becoming a client of the Innovation Cluster is that as a client, you also have the potential to have access to our board as well, which is very cool and unique. This slide is our core funding partners. And the reason we include this slide is because we would not be able to do the work that we do without our core funding partners. So as you can see the logos on our screen, not only do they support us financially, but they also are very supportive of our programming and how we work with our clients. And so as a client of the Innovation Cluster, for a lot of our core funding partners, we have great resources that they can access through them. And I know Alana is going to be going deeper into that in her portion of the presentation. We also have a variety of other partners that work directly with our clients. And this is another perk of working with the Innovation Cluster. Not only do you have access to the staff on our team, but you also have access to experts in very specific fields. So basically, anything that you could ever possibly need within business, we have someone that we can direct you to, which is pretty amazing and will help you to overcome a lot of the challenges that you may be facing within your business. This is our coverage. So we cover a pretty wide area and we have 3 locations. So our first location, which is where I am right now, is downtown Peterborough. Our second is the Trent Makerspace at Trent University. And then last but not least, we just launched semi-recently our incubator in the city of Kawartha Lakes in downtown Lindsay. These are the 4 key sectors that we focus on. And this is where we would primarily see our clients coming from. Although as long as there is some sort of intellectual property involved with your business, then typically we will work with you. But this is definitely where our expertise falls under. So we have clean technology, healthcare, agriculture technology, and digital technology. So anything from apps, ICT, software as a service, et cetera, video games. Those are the types of businesses that we would work with. And these are actually real clients on the screen here. As I mentioned before, a very cool stat, 80% of startups fail within the first 2 years, but being involved with an incubation program will reduce that to less than 30%, which is pretty amazing. So if you are looking to start a business, incubation programs can really make all the difference because it helps you to avoid a lot of the mistakes and really make sure that you're connected in all the ways that you need to be connected. So now we're going to switch over to a tour of our incubator. Although we're closed right now, we are working on plans to open the incubator shortly. So Alana is just going to pull up this video and I'm going to walk you through. Okay, so as you can see, this is the downtown Peterborough incubator, which is at the corner of King and George Street. And this is our wonderful lobby with our giant Lego block desk, which actually Mike built. So actually, I think Mike and John built that. Now you're teleported into just to the right of the lobby. You'll see our large boardroom as well as staff offices here and a hot desk for our clients. And here you'll see all of our client spaces. So when this video is taken, it's during COVID, so the clients are not there right now, but these are all of the client desks. So essentially, if you have access to the space as a client, this would be your desk 24/7. So you'd actually run your business out of the space, which is pretty cool. Here we have another pod of 6 for desks. And this is our large boardroom, which clients can book and have access to over 12 seats for that. Another small meeting room, which clients are able to book in the incubator, as well as a small meeting room or office for calls. These are our staff offices here. So the cool thing about being in the incubator and based out of the incubator is that help and advice is just a couple steps away. So you can always just walk over to our offices and talk to staff. We have the National Research Council of Canada located in our offices, as well as the Peterborough Region Angel Network. And you are able to access them right from the incubator. We also have the H2O makerspace, which Alana is going to be going into more detail about, but essentially gives clients access to a variety of equipment if they're in the clean tech sector, as well as more office space within the Cube. So the Cube is about 10,000 square feet in downtown Peterborough. Here on your screen, you can see this is the 3D makerspace. So you are able to, right now it's closed, but this is Fleming College's 3D makerspace. So if that was something that you were interested in accessing, you would have to let us know. And then we also have mailboxes for our clients. If this is their business address, they can have their mail sent here. It also legitimizes your business to have it sent to, you know, the innovation cluster versus sending to your home address. And of course, we have a small kitchenette, access to coffee maker and microwave so that you can enjoy your day while you work and not have to leave necessarily if you're on a roll. Here you'll see the Fleming Applied Projects program space, and this is where Fleming actually has their students come to do co-ops with the startups that we work with. So a startup can propose a project such as marketing or perhaps getting an app developed or their website developed, and Fleming will actually partner the startup or business with the students that are interested in working on that project for free for a semester, which is pretty cool. You would have seen the virtual and augmented reality zone. I know Alana is going to be going into that in more detail. This is Conrad Group. They sponsor some of our incubator and have office space there. And here we have more desks. So essentially the incubator is one big square, the cube, right? And you start at the lobby and you go all the way around and you come back to the lobby here. So that is a tour of our downtown Peterborough incubator. You'll see here, this is where our Lindsay incubator is located in downtown Lindsay at 180 Kent Street. We just launched in February. This is photos from our launch, which was very, very exciting. And, you know, unfortunately, we did have to close the incubator shortly after we launched, but we did have quite a few entrepreneurs working out of the incubator prior to that. That was our lobby, one of our clients in the incubator. And here's some more office space in the incubator in downtown Lindsay. So both incubators do look very similar. We also have meeting space in downtown Lindsay, as well as access to the kitchenette and the bathrooms in the municipal building, which is where the incubator is attached to. And that is a tour of both of our incubators. So I'm going to pass it over to Alana now, who is going to take you through what our clients have access to in terms of our programming, our events, and all the other great stuff that we have to offer.
All right, thanks, Rose. So as Rose said, I'm Alana. I'm the Operations and Events Manager at the Innovation Cluster. So I'm just going to walk you through what resources that we provide to clients. So incubation space. Rose just took you on a tour of the incubation space at both locations. So all of the clients have full-time office space. Our office space is actually accessible 24/7. We provide key cards to our clients so that they can access it whenever they would like to go in. And there's an opportunity for part-time space, full-time space, as well as virtual options. Of course, because of COVID, we've had to pivot. So right now, all of the incubation services are being offered virtually. So the virtual and augmented reality makerspace. So something to mention before we dive deeper into all of the makerspaces is having a makerspace is so vital for our startups because they don't have the capital when they're starting out to purchase the equipment that they need to build their business and build their products. So by having makerspaces, we're able to provide those makerspace equipment without any cost association for the clients. So in the VR makerspace specifically, clients have access to the Oculus Rift, the Vive, an Alienware computer, and a desktop computer. We have the H2O makerspace. So the H2O makerspace allows clients to take equipment actually into the field to do testing. It works a lot like a library system, so they're able to check out the equipment. The H2O makerspace provides access to specific water analysis equipment, including but not limited to the Hatch Pocket colorimeter. Sorry, I don't know if I said that right, John, you're the expert. That's for chlorine, a Hatch portable incubator for bacteria samples, a microscope, and much more. So here is a Water Canada article that we were featured in. So something to note about Peterborough is that we are #1 in Ontario and #2 in Canada for water and clean tech startups. And also something to note, actually, recently the Water's Next Awards took place and our president, John Gillis, won the Business Leader category for his work in the clean tech industry. And he is the guy for clean tech and water tech advisors services. So we have the experiential learning 3D makerspace as well. You would have seen that in the tour. So this is actually done in partnership with Fleming College. Rose was talking about our core funding partners. We work closely with Fleming on multiple projects. So this makerspace provides 3D printers, laser cutters, and advanced computers for clients to have access to. And then we also have the Trent Clean Tech makerspace located in the DNA building. Clients also have access to that space. And then there's also the Applied Projects Hub. So as Rose said, our startups work very, very closely with the students that are working out of that space. So all of the classes for that program, for the Applied Projects program, are held in our space. And it's primarily the business and technology schools that host those classes, as well as working in the space with our startups also provides real work life scenarios as if they have to go to an office to do their work. So something else that we provide, so we assist new company formation and growth. So we help connect entrepreneurs with the proper contacts as well as new teams. And as Rose had said in the beginning, we will meet you wherever you are on your journey from early stage startup all the way to scaling. So strengthening innovation and entrepreneurial capacity. So something we pride ourselves on is creating a culture of startups and entrepreneurship and fostering connections in the business community regionally, nationally, and globally. Growing our knowledge-based economy. So anybody that has been watching our social media knows how much we have explored our workshops recently. We've been doing 2 a week since COVID hit. So our workshops and events are open to the public to increase knowledge and support for current and aspiring entrepreneurs. And we also use this as a tool to encourage and promote entrepreneurship as a vital career path. So Knowledge Partner office hours. In one of the previous slides, Rose went over all of our innovation partners. So our knowledge partners are actually able to come into our space once a week, every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever fits their calendar, and actually meet with our clients. So it's really nice that they have such easy access to our clients and vice versa. So Peterborough Region Angel Network. We have a partnership with the Peterborough Regional Angel Network, also known as PRAN, and act as a gateway to angels. So we're able to connect clients with different investors depending on where they are in their business. So startup community. So again, we pride ourselves on building a community for entrepreneurs in the incubator. So I'm going to give some examples of how we do so. So physical activity sessions. Jess is actually one of our clients. So I think maybe once or twice a year, we have her come in and teach a Pilates class to our clients. It gives them time to step away from their desks and get active and de-stress and decompose. So monthly cube lunches. Our monthly cube lunches are an opportunity to reconnect with our clients and also have clients get to know each other better informally. This is our Halloween cube lunch from 2 years ago. So client outings. So this is from last summer, actually. We took some of the clients out for the Peterborough bike around Peterborough. Advisory services. So as Rose said, our clients have access to different advisors. So Rose is an advisor. She's the marketing manager and senior innovation specialist. We also have John as an advisor. So he's more so the clean tech innovation specialist as well as the president. And Mike is also an advisor as well as the CEO. So networking events. So even just connecting clients with the community and vice versa is so important to us. Mindfulness sessions. So in this picture last summer, we actually brought in the East Central Therapy dogs to come in. Much like the physical activity sessions, we like to give clients an opportunity to get away from the desk and decompress. So keynote presentations. So we recently, last fall, launched our Electric City Talk series where we bring in prominent individuals to discuss entrepreneurship and technology. This was the EC Talks in March with Manjeet Minhas from CBC Dragon's Den. We also provide community connections. So every Christmas, we usually have a holiday showcase for our clients to get in touch with the community and really promote what they do as well as their business. And then also entrepreneurship retreats. So many of you might not be familiar with the Fast Start program that we also run. So that is for youth entrepreneurs aged 18 to 29. Every summer we take them on an entrepreneurship retreat out camping, and we teach them about entrepreneurship and how it is a vital career path for them. We also host pitch competitions and participate in pitch competitions. So every year we do a school pitch competition with Fleming and Trent called Pitch It. This is a picture of Cub Slayer, which is a Fast Start event, so it was 18 to 29. And we also participate as one of the core organizations for the Bear Slayer competition. So workshops. So we have our hands-on workshops, like I said, twice a week right now. And that really provides an opportunity for our knowledge partners to actually get in and teach some content to our clients. And then also to mention, all of the virtual hands-on sessions that we have been doing since March have all been put online and they're available to watch on YouTube. And since we have had to pivot, we've been having virtual roundtables. So in place of our cube lunches, we've been doing cube brunches online. This was a tea time look. Another one was to wear your favorite hat, just to keep things light. Okay, so I'm gonna pass it back over to Rose after this video. Give me 2 seconds. You're gonna hear from our clients about the innovation cluster.
Well, one of the things about the Cube and Peterborough is when you approach them with an idea, they drag you through the process and you become successful whether you're trying to or not. They've really helped put us in a position where we're in the right space for getting our product out there and being successful.
So I chose Peterborough because I think Peterborough offers this unique opportunity. The cluster pretty much provides our mentorship. It provides us support, connection to all the investors that we need, almost everything we need. They're always there for us. I think the cluster is a single reason why we're alive today, why even have a business today.
So there isn't a lot of women in tech startups, so it's really nice to be part of that and to see other women doing sort of similar things that I'm doing. It's given me a lot of support and information, but also a lot of guts to go out and do the stuff that I have to do.
The Innovation Cluster has been a central player in our networking abilities, as it allows us to work with young entrepreneurs who are kind of in the same field that we're in, learning the same things that we're learning, and we can learn from their experiences and their development. So we have the very unique opportunity of working in the Innovation Cluster's virtual reality and augmented reality zone. For us to be able to come in here, build what we need to build in this kind of environment, on hand, 24 hours, is absolutely incredible.
Being part of the Innovation Cluster is great because it's got so much more to offer than just space. There's space, but then there's also a games room where when you've had like a whole day of coding and can't figure out what's going wrong, you can just come and play a game of ping pong and have some fun.
Why the cluster is very helpful here is people want to know where do you belong? Are you part of an accelerator? Are you part of an incubator? Because your chances of succeeding is higher when you have a collaborative environment and you belong to a tech ecosystem, and I think that's what the cluster provides us with.
Cool. So that's some of our clients. I don't know if anyone's had a chance to meet them before, but we're like a big family here. So I'm going to, before we turn into questions, one of the main questions that we get here, and actually a huge amount of questions that we have been receiving, especially since COVID hit, has to do with our application form. And I just wanted to go through that process for anyone who is interested in applying to become a client. I think the majority of the people that are on this call or watching this video that's what you're interested in, that's why you're here. So we're gonna give you a little bit of information about how the application process works, just so that you understand, because I know that it can be intimidating sometimes when you're applying for different programming, no matter what the programming is. So this is kind of what our application form looks like when you head to our website. You will see that it kind of details exactly what we are looking for when we're looking for applications. So because of how the Innovation Cluster is funded, we specifically look for companies that fit into clean tech, ag tech, healthcare, and digital, as I said earlier, or if your solution has some sort of intellectual property behind it. And of course, we're always open to answering any questions. If you're like, would my company fit, or would my business fit for your program? We also have the Fast Start program, which Alana was talking about earlier. So if you are between the ages of 18 to 29 and you may not fit necessarily into some of those pieces, you still are able to apply under the Fast Start program, and you can ask us about that program as well, but you do have to be between the ages of 18 to 29 in order to apply for that. That is a partnership with Trent University and Fleming College. And what happens is once you apply for to become a client of the Innovation Cluster, because of the high volume of applications that we receive, all of our applications will be reviewed, but you generally can expect about a 1 to 2 week response time and turnaround. And essentially what will happen from there is you will be called for an in-person interview, which is basically just us kind of getting to know you and seeing if it makes sense for you. Good job, Lana.
Sorry.
So as you can see here, these are all the things that you'll need to fill out. All basic, straightforward information. As we get further down through the form, it's going to start to ask things like your business name, your website, if you have one. And as we mentioned before, you may be in the early stages maybe of developing your prototype or working on your IP, and you may not have a website yet, and that's okay. So of course, if you do have it, please do input that in the form, but if you don't, that's okay. When you establish your business number and corporation number, your CRA number if you have one. We do understand if you are in the early stages. We like to know what type of business you are. what sector you fall into, if you have a shareholders agreement. These are all things that kind of let us know what stage your business is at and what type of support you'll actually need to receive once you're brought into the incubation program. So as we go down a little bit further, you will see we ask questions like describe your product, as I mentioned earlier, and if you have a working prototype, what you're trying to solve as a company, who your target market is. We just like to see that you've kind of thought through what exactly is going on with your business. And some of you may be much further beyond that point. And if you are further beyond that point, you will notice as you get further down to the bottom of the application form, there is a question that asks if you have a business plan and cash flow projection. And if you do, then we would love for you to submit that with your application form. Then all you do is click submit application and it goes into review. So that's a little bit about our application process.